This is the Kawasaki H2, which is considered the fastest bike in the world. And I will be testing it against these 8 different bikes to see if it's actually true. First up, we have the starter bike. The Honda Dream 110 is a 4-speed 109cc single-cylinder powered bike that has 8.5 horsepower. That's barely more than a single horse. But maxed out, it can reach a top speed of 156 kilometers per hour. Let's see if it has any chance against my bike. Okay, I need to make sure I don't mess up this start. Let's watch the lights and here we go. Okay, we got a decent... Did they even... Oh my god, they're barely moving. We're already going more than 250 kilometers per hour. Okay, here's the finish line. And we just absolutely demolished that race.
Day 3.
Next up, we have the Honda NSR 250, which is a 6-speed 249cc bike that puts it at around 253 kilometers per hour maxed out. Let's see if it does any better. Make sure to keep watching until the end to see if we have any chance against the most expensive bike in the world. Here are the lights and here we go. Oh my, okay, he got a worse start than me, but okay, I can't even see him anymore. He's barely moving. Somehow that bike isn't even doing better than the previous one and it looks way beefier. I think the weight of the bike definitely impacts it, and here we go, we crossed the finish line and win that race. And it's gonna take a few years for the next bike to cross. If you guys didn't know, I'm doing a card reveal at 100k subs, so if you guys want to see my inline 3 monster, make sure to smash that subscribe button and prepare yourself to see a beast. So even though I was a bit slower this time, I did 25 seconds because I was stuck on a gear, I still managed to comfortably beat the Honda NSR 250 because they did a 41.14. Moving up to the next tier of difficulty, we have the Honda CBR 600RR, which is a 600cc bike that can reach a top speed of 300 kilometers per hour maxed out. Here we go, we just started this race and it is doing slightly better, but it stands absolutely no chance against my Kawasaki H2. We're already up to 250 kilometers per hour and we're basically in 6th gear. We're about to cross the finish line. Here we go, we crossed the finish line and win our 3rd race, and they just crossed the finish line. The Honda CBR 600 did 33.24, which is starting to make me a bit worried. Now we have the Ducati Streetfighter V4S, which is a 1100cc bike that can reach a top speed of 328 kilometers per hour. Let's see if that CC can see him at the finish line before me. Considering this bike has the most CC out of all of these bikes, I hope it does better. There you go, the race just started. I got a decent start. I'm trying to focus on my race so I don't lose this. Okay, this bike is actually keeping up with me a little bit, but we are still pulling away slowly. Yeah, I don't think I'm pulling away anymore. They might be getting closer. I mean, they do look far away on my screen. We're about to cross the finish line though, comfortably in the lead. I'd say that was a comfortable 5-second difference right there. This time I did a 24.39 and the Streetfighter did a 25.34. So this time there was only a 1-second difference. Don't forget, we have an insane bike for the final race, so keep watching until the end to not miss it. Our first bike in the hard difficulty is the Honda CBR 1KRR Endurance, which is a limited edition 1000cc bike that can reach a top speed of 400 kilometers per hour when it is maxed out. Let's see if that top speed can translate into the drag strip. This is our second CBR of the video. This one has 400 more cc, so let's see if it does any better. Okay, I got a decent start. They also got a decent start, but I feel like I'm doing way better already, and the gap just seems to be increasing more and more. I don't think they're gonna be catching up to me anytime soon, and that should be an easy win as I cross the finish line and they're nowhere to be seen. The Honda CBR 1000RR did a 25.3, which was 4/100ths quicker than the previous bike, but this time I did a 24.3, which is my record so far in this video. Now racing against my favorite bike, the BMW SK1RR, and by the name you can tell this bike has 1000cc, that puts it at 379 kilometers per hour top speed, but I believe it will be a little bit better in the drag race. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I can actually pull this off against the BMW. There you go, we got a decent start. I think the other bike didn't get as good of a start. They seem to be catching up, however. They're not falling behind by that much. I can't see them, but I think that's just the vision lag. Oh my god, where is the finish line? There it is. I'm still ahead of my screen. I'm gonna be crossing the finish line in first, and oh my god, they were actually so close behind me. This race was super close. The BMW S1000RR did a 24.39 second race, and I did a 24.35 second race. Now moving into the final difficulty category. First up we have the Ducati V4 SP2, which is a beautiful looking bike, and this bike has 1100cc. It can reach a top speed of 386 kilometers per hour maxed out, and let's see if we stand any chance against it. We have a big challenge on our hands. We have the Ducati against us. We got an amazing start right there. It is catching up, however. It does have very good acceleration. I think it's not even falling behind. Oh my god, it's actually catching up. We're going 300 kilometers per hour, but I'm pretty sure he's going quicker than me. I'm still ahead on my screen as I cross the finish line, and I'm pretty sure I won that. As you saw on my screen, I won that race, but after reviewing both POVs and checking the race times, you can see that the V4 is the first bike in this video to actually get in the 23 seconds. They managed to do this race in 23.51, while I did my usual 24.3, which is the quickest time I've had in this vid, but it was still about 8/10ths slower than the V4. Let's see how much better the final bike is. With a top speed of 423 kilometers per hour, the Ducati Aruba Panigale V4R is the track variant of the Ducati V4S. Ran by the Aruba team in many racing series, this bike has 1000cc and 234 horsepower. This bike can not only destroy you on track, but it can also burn you with its exhaust. Let's see how my Kawasaki H2 holds up. Okay, this is the Aruba. This bike can go 430 kilometers per hour. I got quite a decent start right there. I think he had a horrible start. He didn't start on time. But yeah, I mean, he's very close to me. I'm not even sure I'm ahead of him on his screen right now, because he's way too close. Which ping? Yeah, he's definitely ahead of me. Oh my god, look at him catching up. Yep, he just won that race. I mean, for him to be ahead of me on my screen, that means he pulled away by so much. I literally had zero chance. I mean, let's be honest, the results of this race were not gonna be a surprise. I obviously lost to the Aruba. I did a 24.32 once again, but the Aruba did a 23.4, which is a second quicker than my H2. However, I am surprised that it's not that much quicker than the V4, only 1/10 or so. But I guess that does mean the Aruba's strong point is its top speed, not the acceleration.